Enable notifications by ringing the bell.
Alright, what's up, guys? Nate asked me to introduce this one. So I've seen a lot of comments asking for this as well, and I kind of agree with them, so I'm kind of stoked because Nate was just like, oh, we're doing this, and I'm like, oh, really? Okay, woo! So,
Let's do it.
New Halloween trailer! Psyched.
Yeah.
So they apparently are going to be throwing out absolutely everything after the very first John Carpenter Halloween.
Even part 2?
Even part 2, apparently.
Sheesh.
So this is apparently the new Halloween part 2.
Oh, wow.
From what I was told. I mean, I think that's correct.
Okay.
So.
Well, Halloween part 2 I didn't mind much, other than the fact that they killed a random trick-or-treater, at which I was like, why?
Yeah.
But that was the only part of that film I was just like really upset about. But like you said, the ending, like you said, the first John Carpenter film, like if you take off from there and you set it an X amount of time later, holy crap.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what their plans are, but like I'm definitely stoked to see it because it's just like that's an interesting way to do a take on a series, like for sure, where you're just kind of like, well, what if this happened instead after this point, but that still did happen. You don't see that a lot.
It's a lot like how they tried to do Superman Returns by completely getting rid of Superman's 3 and 4 and instead just saying, oh yeah, Superman 2 is where it all stopped. It's like, okay. I was willing to accept that because 3 was...
It's almost like an alternate timeline type thing, but with the same setup. So.
Yeah. I'd like that. I like that. Actually, you know what? I wonder if they could do like alternate endings in films with alternate timelines. Say if the movie's popular enough to warrant a secondary reboot or something, they say, oh no, this alternate ending, here's how it really went down.
I would actually be really interested to see more of this in Hollywood. Like, I mean, people are kind of burnt out on sequels and stuff to start with, but there's potential in certain places to tell alternate stories in different ways and please more people as a result.
Yeah, I agree. That is definitely something that could merit some good films because imagine if for instance you go back to say where the Aliens films went off track, which is around 3 and 4.
Right.
Which actually they were trying to do. Actually, that's what director of District 9. Forget his name now. It's Neil Blomkamp. Neil Blomkamp. That's actually what he wanted. He released concept art for his idea of an alien film back in like 2014, 2015, and people were really excited. They were like, "Oh my gosh, Ripley and Hicks, they made it, and so did Newt and everything. Oh, gosh, what are we gonna see with this?" And then all of a sudden, here comes Ridley Scott and just cock slaps it with his gigantic, it's like, oh, I'm the overseer of this entire franchise because I made the first film, and I'm going to tell my version of the alien origin story. And if Neil Blomkamp wants to make his film, he'll have to wait until after mine. And Neil Blomkamp got sick and tired of waiting, and he abandoned the project. Ridley, why?
And now Ridley is just he's entirely butchered everything with Alien, and it makes me so mad.
Yeah. It's just like Alien Covenant. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
It's like, that would be cool to see, but as long as Ridley Scott's in charge, like, considering what he just did, if he goes back and he's like, all right, I understand why you all are upset, and let's take this back in time now, and let's do this a different way, and let's see what you guys think about this idea. I might be like, all right, I'll give you a shot, but like, right now,
you're upset.
Yeah, I'm mad. I'm mad at Ridley Scott.
I am too, because they had a great cast for Alien Covenant. They did. I mean, you had Billy Crudup, you had Danny McBride, you had so many good actors. And
it was one of those situations where I walked out of the theater with the most recent Alien film, like, not wanting to believe that what I had just seen I had interpreted correctly. And so I had to go watch Angry Joe and make sure that he was as pissed off as I was. And he was.
Yeah, fall back
and I was like,
I do that too sometimes.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I was like, I'm glad Angry Joe confirmed everything that I thought about this movie for me. Because,
I never saw Covenant, but I thought Prometheus was interesting. It raised a lot of interesting
You're better off
questions,
pretending it doesn't exist.
I've heard as much.
Yeah, well, because here's the thing. You saw the trailer with us.
Yeah.
And you were just like, oh my gosh, they're just going to kill off the entire thing with that.
It looks like, because the most interesting thing they raised was
who are the
David going to meet the engineers with Numi Rapace's character.
And then, what do you think they did?
And then in the trailer, it looks like they just arrive, nuke the place, and then it's done.
Bingo!
Which is like so disappointing because that was the most interesting question that movie raised.
Oh, and also,
by the way, they retrospectively basically ruin all of the previous films for you as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's best to just pretend it doesn't exist because it's going to make you dislike the first and second Alien after you see it.
That's the thing though, is like as far as stuff like that, I thought the Alien Isolation game, that in itself would have been a fantastic movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But taking on the part of Ripley's daughter, abandoned and also finding and also like they also did a Nostromo DLC for it, which is also really good. And also bringing back that retro futuresque technology that they had in that, that Betamax, like that Betamax alternate future that they could have had, but no, it just went downhill. All right,
the future where HD DVD beats
hopefully
Blu-ray.
this goes way better than what we've just been discussing.
Exactly. Let's hope. And here we go.
I've waited for him.
What's good, Lori?
Testing 1, 2, 3. We're on.
We're here to investigate a patient that killed 3 innocent teenagers on Halloween in 1978. He was shot by his own psychiatrist and taken into custody that night. And spent the last 40 years in captivity.
Michael?
I have something you might like to see.
What a weird facility.
Yeah.
Well, it's like Ultra Supermax, like psychiatric.
Wasn't it her brother who murdered all those babysitters?
No, it was not her brother. That's something that people made up.
No?
Do you know that I pray every night?
Wrong.
What the hell did you do that for?
So I can kill him.
Thank you, Lori.
Dad, look out!
Uh-oh.
The bus crashed. Mom, what bus crashed? Michael escaped. Excuse me, somebody's in here.
Hello?
Gross.
Never knew Michael wanted to be a dentist. Guess who's back?
He's waited for this night. He's waited for me. I've waited for him. Get inside!
It's a mirror.
You don't believe in the boogeyman? He's here! Michael! You should.
Can you close the closet door?
Boom, motherfucker.
Like, I don't know anything about this series, but just that music is just so unnerving.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
I've always loved that theme.
yeah, actually,
I'm so stoked now, though. I'm so stoked.
way back when, my cousin Josh had like a horror theme mashup thing. It was like Friday the 13th. It was like Nightmare on Elm Street. The thing, it had like all of these classic horror movies, and number one was the Halloween theme. And it's just like that. It's like almost like a spider crawling up your spine.
The
How
only
creepy it is.
The only 2 horror songs that have ever, I think, been as like chill factor as that, like, or Tubular Bells from The Exorcist,
Yeah,
and
that's one.
the original Silent Hill theme song.
Yeah.
That mandolin or whatever that is, for some reason, that has always just been like, that's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, there's actually a theme from System Shock 2 during the Polito reveal. There's one part of it. You're pretty much, you wake up on this space station all alone. You've had cybernetic modifications done to you.
Oh yeah, I've played System Shock.
Okay, yeah,
beat it.
Oh yeah, well, you wake up on this space station with cybernetic modifications done to you, and your only lifeline is a security officer by the name of Janice Polito. She's the head of security, and you have to make your way up to her office in order to try and figure out a plan to stop what is happening on the ship. And you get up there.
I wouldn't tell him the next part unless he doesn't really ever plan to play
well,
it.
they were going to remake System Shock 2,
Yeah.
in which I was looking forward to that. They were going to remake it in like the Unreal 4 engine, but
Have they canceled it?
yeah.
Dang it.
I know. I was pissed about it too. But anyway, you get up there and you find Janice Polito, but she shot herself in the head and she's been dead this whole time. And then in the room, you're looking around and you hear her voice, and all you hear is, "The Polito form is dead, insect. Can you feel it? The end of your trivial existence." And then very soon, like, the room starts to like fade away in pieces, and it reveals that the ship's AI, which has been causing this whole thing, has been leading you along, named Shodan. And the creeping in of the the sound effects around you. I don't know if you consider it a soundtrack, but the ambient sounds of like her speaking, and then all of a sudden like everything like the, and then like all of a sudden it reveals and she goes, "I am Shodan," and like, holy shit.
Kind of sounds like that Tom Cruise movie Oblivion.
Kind of, yeah, except this was like back in like, when did System Shock 2 come out? Like 2000, 2001, I believe?
Maybe. I want to say it was like the late 90s. I can't remember.
I remember the original System Shock came out like the mid to late 90s. I just didn't know how long System Shock 2 had been in development. I know Irrational made it.
Sucks that they canceled the remake, because I was not only excited for myself, but I was excited because all of these game fans are fans of BioShock, but they haven't ever played System Shock 2, and still half of them, when you are talking about it being a spiritual successor to System Shock 2, they're like, "What's System Shock 2?" And like,
yeah.
And I was wanting more people to have a chance to experience System Shock 2, because it's one of the scariest fucking games I've ever played.
Yes.
Like, it's so creepy, and just it's got jump scares galore, and
yeah, it's got stuff
great.
you never expected in it, and
all with like a Deus Ex type like character building system behind that as well.
Yes, which was brilliant, dude. I loved it game. I love it so much. But then, yeah, just them canceling it about made me cry, because I was really excited, because I told Brian Bridgeforth. You know Brian, a local artist I'm working with. He's a huge fan of computer games and everything. And when I told him about System Shock 2, he's like, "I've heard about that, but I've never played it." And I'm like, "Well, they're doing a remake, man. Whenever it comes out, you've got to get it, because it is one of the best like psychological horror games with a tech aspect that you'll ever play. Trust me on that." He's like, "All right, man, I'll give it a shot." But no, it's never going to happen.
Yep.
Which is unfortunate.
There used to be a website that you could basically download games for free off of if pretty much they were old enough that their rights had pretty much expired, and they were not for sale anywhere.
Yeah.
And I think it finally got taken down, because I tried to go to it a long time ago, and it was gone.
I did the same thing with
the
PsyOps.
underdogs.com, I think, or something like that.
Yeah. I did the same thing with
That's
PsyOps.
where I got System Shock 2 from when I played it.
Yeah.
So.
I tried the same thing with the game PsyOps, which is a killer game. If you all ever have a chance to play it out there, it's on PS2 and Xbox, but the best version of it, I across the board, everyone agrees, is PC, because the graphics, the controls, so much better on PC. But anyway,
usually the case.
Well, yeah. Hey, no PC Master Race stuff here, man. Come on, this isn't a Reddit message board.
It's just.
Stop it.
Just a fact. I'm sorry.
All right. Look, all right. We're going to end this. All right. So, yeah, you let us in, man.
All right. So, that's been the Halloween trailer, and I'm freaking stoked. So, Yeah.
I can't wait either, man.
Yeah, like this could be really good. So yeah, thanks for coming by, guys. Check out links down in the description to go to if you want to see the original trailer for yourself, or join up Discord or any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Patreon, Discord, and all that.
Yeah, and until next time, we'll see you later. I'm Nick.
I'm Nate.
Micah.
Peace out.